Eric Stark here. I enjoy every year talking with Coach Gingrich from Cocalico. I've known you a long time. Known you when you were just the assistant coach there. This program, it's funny. You guys just sort of reload. It's not rebuild, it's reload there. And this is I wouldn't say it's a reload year. You're bringing back, 8 and 8. 8 on offense, 8 on defense. Can you talk, and for a school that keeps growing in the district, it seems to have added some extra, I would say, challenges or some fun for you because you've got more weapons to use now, right? Talk about what you bring back this year.
Well, first of all, you reminisce about an assistant coach. I remember on a bus coming home from Mount Carmel, I believe you were with us in 1994. So that was a long time ago that you did a story on us, and
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was good memories back then. It's hard to believe that was 18 years ago that had actually happened. But
I didn't do the math. That was 18. We both had more hair back
then.
Did.
We did.
But it was a good time. It was a good. You guys had a good team that year.
We were blessed. We had a lot of natural ability, and I think our kids really played hard that year, and they embodied I think what our community would want us to play like. So this year, we have 8 kids coming back on offense. We have 8 coming back on defense that started last year, the last game. We have other kids that we probably have 10 or 11 that have played offense on the varsity last year and defense, probably more on defense. So we're looking forward to this season. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to play out, but I would say this year, from a competitive standpoint, I think our practices will be more competitive, and hopefully that'll put a better product on the field.
What are your numbers like this year? I know years ago, sometimes that competitive practice was a challenge.
Yeah, it has been. Last year we had 5 seniors. I think this year we'll have 12 or 13. Now our junior class, I think we have 24 or 25.
Okay.
So we're going to be right around 50, 48, 52, somewhere in that range,
sure.
Give or take. But no, I'm looking forward to better practices. Kids competing every day, and ultimately I think that'll make us a better team.
Offense, defense going to stay the same. You're bringing back some skilled players, but you're going to change anything up this year, or same as what we've seen from the Eagles?
I think what you're going to see from us is we're an option-based offense, and we're going to continue to be an option-based offense. I think we'll be able to utilize more of our skilled kids. In the past, we've pretty much been dominated by a quarterback or a fullback. We've been fullback U for a while, or fullback high school for a while.
Right.
But we have some good tailbacks. We have some good flankers. Tight end's a nice athlete, and so I think ultimately we'll try to do what the other team allows us. If they're giving us something, we'll try to take advantage of it.
It's funny. That's the same kind of elements we had 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Mount Carmel. Some good running backs, a very good tight end in Solo. It's funny. These guys now weren't even born.
No, they weren't even born. They have no idea. We talk about back in '94 when we're playing Bishop McDevitt round 1 of the playoffs, and now they don't see the same. It's just a different McDevitt team.
But that tradition at Cocalico, you guys have been strong since, it's interesting you've built on that tradition and you've kept it going all these years.
Well, we have, I think we have good support. We have good support from our community. It's important for us to do well. We have great kids. They're not always the best athlete. They're not always physically the most imposing, but I think they have a good work ethic, and they're tough. They don't mind mixing it up, and so we've been blessed there. And our assistant coaches all the way through, they're the reason why we're successful, because they're great teachers, they're great people, and they care about our kids.
The kids, let me ask a couple questions quickly. Give me some skilled players that we should be watching this year.
Well, I think quarterback is going to be a question mark, in that I don't know who's going to start right now. We have Brock Gosling, who started at the end of his sophomore year, started all last year. We also have Jet Janis, who played a lot last year as a sophomore, and both of those guys have been competing all summer, and they'll continue to compete, and they'll probably both play at some point in time. I don't know how we're going to work that out, but those are 2 good kids at quarterback. Nick Reitenbach started for us last year at fullback, did a nice job. He returns there. Dalton Curran also played some, so we have some competition there. Tailback, we have Spencer Moser, started last year, good athlete, and we have Tyler Buckwalter, who got some carries last year. I think at one point in time he was averaging 30 yards a carry. Now, he only had 6 or 7 carries, but I mean,
Still.
it just seemed like every time he touched the ball, he would break off a big one. So we have some competition at our skill areas.
That's great. I love the names: Brock, Nick, Jet. I mean, you got some
They're
Dalton,
quick. Yeah.
Dalton. You got some quick football type tough names here. You know, that's a start.
Well, that's a start. We'll see how tough we end up. But I think one of our big concerns is this. Since I've been there, this will be my 22nd year at Cocalico.
Wow.
This is the toughest schedule we've ever played.
I was going to ask you about that this year.
We could very easily start out 0-3. We play Daniel Boone week 1. We go to Reading High week 2, and then we have Governor Mifflin week 3. So, I mean, we've upped our ante a little bit as far as the schedule, and we're going to find out how good we are early.
Okay, but coaches do that because they know they've got a good team coming back this year. You did that on purpose, it sounds like, right? I mean, this is if you can get through that non-league schedule, that should set you up pretty good, battle tested, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think our goal is always we don't talk about wins and losses, but if we set one goal, we'd like to win a section. Well, you can't win a section unless you're prepared to do that, and this we'll find out whether we have that ability or not after those 3 games. Yes.
Best of luck this year, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Great stuff. Thanks.